Saudari Pengacara Majlis Yang Berhormat Datuk Haji Muhammad Rashid bin Hasnun, Timbalan Ketua Menteri 1 Pulau Pinang, Datuk Rosli Jaafar, Pengurus Besar PDC, Yang Berhormat Lau Keng Yi, Adun Kawasan Pengkalan Kota, Datuk Maimunah binti Sharif, Datuk Bandar Majlis Bandaraya Pulau Pinang, juga Datuk Lim Yusun, Pengurus Besar atau pengarah itu Tenaga Nasional Berhad Pulau Pinang, Dato' Am Chu Hong, Pengurus Besar PDC Steel Urus, juga kepada Timbalan Pengurus Besar satu Puan Hatini, Ketua Pegawai Maklumat Puan Chang Wei Mau, juga kepada semua pegawai-pegawai kanan daripada PDC dan Invest Penang, serta daripada pihak arkitek. Selamat pagi dan salam bersih kepada semua. Hari ini saya berasa sangat gembira kerana kita jalankan satu projek pemulihan warisan, satu bangunan di tengah-tengah tapak warisan sedunia UNESCO, di mana bukan sahaja ini adalah satu projek pemulihan warisan, tetapi ini adalah satu convergence atau satu pertemuan yang amat unik dan luar biasa, iaitu di mana kita jodohkan warisan dengan teknologi. Kerana bangunan ini apabila ia siap, ia akan digunakan untuk menggerakkan dan membangunkan sektor industri teknologi, khususnya dalam industri 4.0, revolusi digital yang sekarang menjadi buah mulut bukan sahaja di Malaysia tapi khususnya di seluruh dunia. Dan itulah kita telah rancang ini begitu lama di bawah kawal selit peribadi Datuk Rosli Jaafar dan dilaksanakan oleh Puan Hartini Ali. Ini dua orang kanan saya lah, so should be okay lah. Untuk disiap mengikut jadual. Now, I'm very pleased to be present today, as I said, to launch the heritage restoration. And the key word, of course, is re-adaptive reuse. Re-adaptive use of heritage buildings here at Lower Victoria, comprising originally 2 godowns, number 161 and 163, and 1 shop lot, in line with our aspirations to not only conserve heritage buildings, but also adapt it for its future use. These godown buildings are possibly the oldest godowns that still exist in Georgetown. Now, the conceptual design proposed is to physically and spiritually revitalize a complex of badly dilapidated buildings and godowns here, built around the 1900s, into a modern MSC status office, while still maintaining and respecting the old world charm and traditions of the place. I would like to, of course, again thank PDC as the main driver, together with GT-I, MPBP, who has supported the state government's effort to conserve heritage buildings, promote local traditions, crafts and arts in Penang, but also with an eye towards the future. As I said, by marrying technology and heritage, we can advance Penang towards an intelligent and information city. Fast forward towards Industry 4.0, focusing not only on big data analytics, cloud computing, Internet of Things, but also about cyber intelligence, robotics and automation. And we got to be part of this Industry 4.0. Either you are part of it, you will not survive. And we are in the midst of the 4.0 revolution. You know, lately the figures for the investments this year, Malaysia recorded a drop in investments of around 30% for the first 6 months of this year. But in contrast, Penang recorded an increase of more than 100%. Now, why? As I said, number one, because of this fourth industrial revolution and the ability of Penang to attract the companies to come here. And we are able to attract them to come here because of our talent pool, because of the logistics, the supply chain, and don't forget also because we have the best government in Malaysia. The point is, it is there. The fourth industrial revolution is there. It is up to us whether we can source the investment to come to Penang, to come to Malaysia. And we are able to succeed in doing so because they know Penang has got what it takes to push it forward. That's why for the first 6 months of this year, even though Malaysia's investment went down by 30%, we went up more than 100%. We were number one in the country, 7.7 billion, which is more than the total of Penang's investments last year of 4.3. Whole of last year we get 4.3. This year 6 months only we got 7.7. And number two is how much? 2.9. So the distance between number one and number two is very far apart. And why is that possible? Number one, of course, you must have already an increasing market, there's increasing investments, but also ability to attract them to come here. And that's why when I say that you look at Industry 4.0, it is massive. It is massive. We are looking at increasing investments, which fortunately helps us at least. Because without these increasing investments from manufacturing electronics, I think our economy in Penang will be even worse. You want to see how bad the economy is, you ask our architect, they will tell you. How many projects online? They know. They know. They are right at the cutting edge. Because when the economy doesn't go well, they will be cut. The problem when you're right at the cutting edge, you are the first to be cut. Isn't it? That is a fact. You ask them, the architects can tell you, and they are all nodding. Times are bad. Times are really bad. Because people are not spending. And people are not confident. You go to towns, you don't mention the states. Go to some towns, there's not much activity going on. Not much private investment. Not like in Penang. You see Georgetown, still there's a lot of investment going on. Why? Because as I said, the two key mainstays of the economy, manufacturing investments as well as tourism, they are doing well. So even though the economy is bad, at least you got these two factors to try to maintain and help us to mitigate and alleviate the hardships. So even though times are bad, it is not that bad compared to other areas. You look at the hoteliers, they are all complaining why only 10% growth. But then you look at other states, you look at Penang, you complain 10% growth, my one is 10% down. So that is the different type of mindset. Still, it is very challenging economic environment. And we know that many are suffering. But as I say, in Penang, there's still some economic activity going on. And that's why it's good news for architects like Architect Urbanisma. And they got something to go, and other engineers and architects. And that's why for us, we are very concerned about this building. We want to tell this, our architects and engineers, we want you to do the job well. Make sure that this heritage building is preserved, and most important of all, done on time. Because we will not compromise on quality as well as on punctuality, on time. It must be done on time. Now, all decision to rehabilitate this building, because it is to marry heritage and technology and turn it to the MSC status office space. as well as retrofit it with modern infrastructure. That is something that is different and unique. Now, the state government and PDC's decision to rehabilitate and conserve these old buildings is a testimony to our commitment towards heritage. In the 19th century, this waterfront godown was originally used to accommodate new immigrants from China awaiting the next ship to take them to the tin mines in South Thailand. With Penang's growth into a maritime trading center in the late 1900s, the buildings were then used as a storage and distribution center for goods. So here, you must understand the history of this godown, so that it's reflected in this building. It cannot be an ultra-modern building, no connection to history, then the heritage value is lost. So the architects will ensure that whilst this is a modern MSC status building where the top technology companies can come here, but and retrofitted with the most modern of amenities and appliances, is also connected to the past. The facade, the feeling must be connected to the past. Otherwise, you cannot marry heritage with technology. Heritage must be there. So we have approved an allocation of 10.3 million with additional floor space. Additional floor space will be provided. So this was actually awarded by open tender to the contractor Image Facade, won by open tender, and the architect is Architect Amanisma. Commencement date 27 March 2017. Expected completion 26 September 2018. Current work progress 30%. After restoration, floor space will increase from the current 847 square meters to 1,224 square meters. So you are looking at around probably 12,500 square feet of building space. So this restoration project in Lobo Victoria Godowns will provide good training ground for the human resources of PDC to further its expertise in heritage buildings. Because this is the second one after Yap Choi lah. They will also lead Yap Choi. And in conclusion, this restoration project at Lobo Victoria will, we are confident, be a catalyst for Industry 4.0 and help drive the conservation and revitalization of Lobo Victoria in particular, to complement the state conservation efforts at UNESCO World Heritage Site, as well as see the conversions of the past, present and future. So we always want to do projects in certain streets, not focus everything on one street, so that it can be a catalyst for the surrounding area. We started off in Wisma Choi, and now we see the surrounding area is coming up, booming. Now we are doing on Lobo Victoria. So we hope that after this, the other areas here will also pick up. That's what we want to do. We want to plant seeds and make Georgetown come alive. We have seen a transformation of Georgetown. It used to be a sleepy hollow. I still remember in 2008, after 6 o'clock, places like Julia Street, empty really. Now, you go to Julia Street at 6 o'clock, it has just started only. So that is the difference. To bring life back to Georgetown. And I think that of course requires a fine balancing act between not only investments but also the interests of the locals. So this is something that is not easy to achieve, but we as I said want to bring back life and also ensure that the locals will be able to enjoy the amenities provided here. And finally, to make sure that the UNESCO World Heritage Site is of world-class standard, a site that we can be proud of and also recognized by the UNESCO body as one of the best in the region. So with these words, I wish to officially launch the restoration works and readaptive use of godowns, the heritage buildings at Lobo Victoria. Thank you very much.